What awaits Alex Eala in breakthrough Australian Open campaign? Manila, Philippines. History once again beckons for Alex Eala as she sees action in the main draw of the Australian Open. It will be the first main draw appearance for the Filipina in the first Grand Slam of the year after she crashed out of the first round of the qualifiers in each of the past 3 years. By virtue of her career-high world number 49 ranking, Eala gets a direct entry to the round of 128, where she will face Alicia Parks on Monday, January 19th. First round challenge. While Parks is ranked lower at number 100, she still provides Eala a serious challenge, having enjoyed her finest Grand Slam run in the Australian Open. In 2024, the American went as far as the third round as she beat Czech Republic's Sija Bijlek and Canada's Leylah Fernandez before she fell to compatriot Coco Gauff. Parks also reached the second round of the French Open in Wimbledon, and she owns a WTA Tour title after ruling the Lyon Open in 2023, the same year she notched a career-high ranking of number 40. In contrast, Eala has gotten past the opening round of a Grand Slam just once when she stunned Denmark's Clara Thorsen in the 2025 US Open. But recent results favor Eala. Eala started the year strong with a semifinal run in the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand, where she defeated Croatia's Donna Vekic and Petra Marcinko and Poland's Magda Linette before she absorbed a close loss to China's Wang Xinyu, falling short of a title clash with eventual champion Elena Svitolina of Ukraine. The 20-year-old Filipina then toppled Vekic again in the Kooyong Classic, her final Australian Open warm-up event, which she eventually ruled on Friday, January 16th, to capture the Yvonne Goolagong Carly Trophy. Meanwhile, Parks enters the Australian Open with a 1-2 record to begin 2026 following early exits in the ASB Classic and Hobart International. Parks lost to Italy's Elisabetta Cocchiaretto in the first round of the ASB Classic, then barely missed the main draw of the Hobart International, bowing to Japan's Ayano Shimizu in the second round of the qualifiers. If Eala manages to see off Parks, tougher opponents await as she faces the winner between Czech Republic's Karolina Muchova and Romania's Jacqueline Christian in the second round. Muchova knows what it takes to go deep in a Grand Slam as she reached at least the quarterfinals in all of the 4 majors. The world number 19 Czech advanced to the final of the French Open in 2023, losing to 6-time Grand Slam champion Iga Swiatek of Poland, and played in the semifinals of the Australian Open, 2021, and US Open, 2023 and 2024. Meanwhile, world number 37 Christian is coming off a solid 2025 campaign that saw her make it to the third round of the Australian Open, French Open, and US Open. A potential third-round opponent is world number 15 Emma Navarro of the USA, a quarterfinalist in the previous Australian Open. World number 3 Gauff is also in the same bracket, with the American expected to contend as she chases her third major title. American world number 9 Madison Keys, whom Eala shocked in the 2025 Miami Open, returns as the defending champion after she denied world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka of a three-peat in the last Australian Open. Hefty prize. By merely playing in the round of 128, Eala is set to pocket her third biggest purse from a single tournament as all Australian Open first-rounders, men and women, get $150,000, over $8.9 million. Eala's biggest prize money came from the 2025 Miami Open, where she raked in $332,160 for making the semifinals. If Eala advances, she will gain $225,000, over $13.3 million, in the second round, $327,750, over $19.4 million, in the third round, and $480,000, over $28.5 million, in the fourth round. As the Australian Open boasts of its biggest prize pool in history, increasing the amount from $96.5 million in 2025 to $111.5 million, the champion bags a whopping $4,150,000, while the finalist, $2,150,000, semifinalists, $1,250,000, and quarterfinalists, $750,000, also get hefty rewards. The Melbourne Sun has a particular way of revealing truth. It exposes nerves, punishes hesitation, and rewards courage with unforgiving clarity. On the blue courts of the Australian Open, where summer heat presses down like a second opponent, every rising star is asked the same question: are you ready to belong here? For Alex Eala, that question is no longer hypothetical. It waits for her at the baseline, in the service toss, in the roar that follows a winner struck clean and fearless. A breakthrough Australian Open campaign does not simply await her, it tests her. The weight of firsts. To speak of a breakthrough is to speak of thresholds. For Eala, the Australian Open represents more than a tournament. It is a gateway between promise and proof. She arrives not as an unknown junior anymore, but as a young professional carrying expectations shaped by history. From the Philippines, a nation where basketball courts outnumber tennis academies, she has already bent the sport's geography. Every match she plays on a major stage quietly expands what seems possible for players who come after her. What awaits her first is the weight of firsts. First main draw win, first seeded opponent, first match where the crowd slowly realizes they are watching something new take shape. These moments do not announce themselves loudly. They arrive disguised as routine points, ordinary games, standard interviews. Yet each one marks a subtle shift, from prospect to presence. The battle within the match. A breakthrough Australian Open campaign will demand more than clean groundstrokes and athletic defense. It will demand emotional literacy. Melbourne is famous for its chaos, swirling winds, 5-set marathons, matches that stretch into the early hours. For a young player, the tournament teaches harsh lessons quickly. Momentum can vanish in a single service game. Confidence can flicker under pressure. What awaits Eala here is the inner battle. The quiet decision to stay aggressive when safety feels tempting, to trust her patterns when an opponent raises the level. Her left-handed game already carries natural variation, opening angles and disrupting rhythm. But in Grand Slam tennis, variety must be paired with conviction. The Australian Open will ask her not whether she can hit the shot, but whether she will, again and again, under stress. Opponents and mirrors. Every breakthrough campaign is shaped by opposition. Early rounds may pit Eala against seasoned players who know how to win ugly, who turn matches into tests of patience rather than flair. Later rounds, should she reach them, bring the sports elite, players who take time away mercilessly and punish any lapse. Yet the most important opponent she faces may be herself. In Grand Slams, young players often discover that belief is not constant. It must be rebuilt every set. A close loss can teach as much as a surprise win. What awaits Eala is a mirror held up by competition, reflecting both her strengths and the gaps that still demand work. This is how breakthroughs are forged, not in perfection, but in clarity. Carrying a nation quietly,